welcome to another video for Auto Solutions Checkpoint, and on this episode we will be MOTing the Ford Cmax, doing the back brakes, just a simple light bulb, and also we'll be doing the alternator. The pulley on the alternator is failed. It's the smart charging alternator. We're just going to be changing that over and replacing it with a brand spanking new one. Now, brand spanking new ones are absolute extortion, so it's not going to be a cheap replacement, but stay tuned and I'll try and show you as much as I can. That doesn't sound nice at all. See where this rattle's coming from. Sounds like it's coming from the alternator. Definitely doesn't sound healthy anyway. So I'm inside the Cmax. Just putting the OBD2 dongle in the port, which is situated, you've got your headlight control, it's just situated right below that behind a plastic cover. There you go, link that up. You need to activate the ignition as well. Automatic search. So what's going on here? ABS, missing communication from restraints control module. The theft system key. Pump control, smart alternator fault sensor. Well, that knows where the noisy alternator could be coming in. I think the smart alternator, it's a smart charger alternator, right, I get it. They're the absolute bane of my life. Okay, so at least we know what we're up against here. Well, considering the bad weather that we've been experiencing recently, I think the weather's starting to break up and the good weather's going to hopefully come back. Feels quite cold, but it's bright and it's sunny with a little bit of overcast. Just love the sunny days. So we're out in the Cmax. We're just heading to the MOT centre. See what we can come up with it. Considering the time of the morning, the motorway is very quiet. It's not busy at all. I think for 8:30 it would be pretty busy with people going to their works. This just feels normal. Very comfortable journey. Driving the Cmax, it doesn't have anything standing out that I can feel on. Wiper blades maybe. Obviously before I left I checked the lights, discovered a brake light was out, but we'll see. The fingers crossed we can get a nice wee easy fix for this and get it back to the customer in real time, save them a bit of money. So we're on our way back to the back cave now. Just failed on minor things. Obviously the brakes need adjusted at the back, and also the wipers, steam wipers as well. So we'll get them replaced and get the discs and pads on it. I thought we'll change the discs because they're quite pitted and rippled. So a nice set of discs will do it wonders. We'll adjust the handbrake up as well. But I would say that's a pretty good failure. It'll not cost a lot to put right, and the customer will be happy. This is one of my regular customers, so the car is always maintained. If it needs anything, it gets done. It just so happened the customer was saying about the brakes. I thought we'll kill two birds with the one stone. We'll put it through an MOT and see what it fails on, and sort it all at the time the discs and pads are getting done. But on this occasion, it's just needing the discs and pads done and wipers. So all in all, that's a pretty good one. Parts have arrived. Have you got somebody in there, or are you talking to yourself? Moving the engine cover, which just pops out. It's just wee suction pads that go on the ball. Okay, so put that away somewhere safe. Okay, so before we continue with anything else, we're going to be disconnecting the earth headlights. Get all that one down here. And this here will allow us more access into the generator. I'm going to see what's needed to take this housing off, just in case I can move it up out the way without actually disconnecting the fuel system. Because if I need to disconnect the fuel system, I need to plug it in and bleed it and that's about. So we want to be jacking the vehicle up, and this will allow us access to the tensioner to get the belt off. I'll know a wee bit further, see once I jack it up, I'll see if the wheel needs to come off, or we might get access with the full lock ground. So we want to be jacking the vehicle up, and this will allow us access to the tensioner to get the belt off. I'll know a wee bit further, see once I jack it up, I'll see if the wheel needs to come off, or we might get access with the full lock ground. Okay, so you need axle stand. Once you've got the vehicle up and the steering turned round, find a suitable mat to lie down on, especially if you're on rough ground like this. So it's basically, we can remove the front part and tuck it in behind the wheel, and this will allow us access into where the tensioner is. Be very careful with the bottom ones because they get weathered because they're open to the elements. All this to do an alternator, absolute nightmare. Remove as much as you can so that you can get access. Makes life a hell of a lot easier for yourself. I think the last one I worked on was I think it must have already been off before, because I can only remember there being 4 holding it on. But mind you, it's a bonus getting a car with these, because 9 times out of 10 they get broke or they get took off and never get put back on again. Right. So that would explain what's happening to the alternator. The coil inside it has sheared off and the pulley has absolutely kicked it. You want to be seeing where the belt goes, so it's up over the generator, right, down onto the tensioner, over to the crankshaft, and then across to the air conditioning. So it's pretty straightforward. We want to be up here moving the tensioner. Because I'm working on the ground, my lever tool for taking the belts off is too big to actually get off, so I'm going to pull the cross on it. Now I've got the belt loose. That's the belt loose. Good job. Oh, the actual pulley is right off, you can feel it wiggling about. Hey, check this out. So at the top of the generator you've got let me see, just check before I can confirm. A 16mm. Just so awkward to get into, but there we go. And you'll have one underneath as well, beside the pulley, if you can remember. Now onto the underside now. If you can remember where the pulley was that we undone, we'll see up behind that. This here one here, that's where you'll find the other one, and you'll be able to get in with a ratchet and your 16mm, no problem. this here side of the generator. To move your oil filler out of the way. Remember to put that back on though. A bit of an awkward clip. I'm hoping that I can get into it with a hook in the back. I got it off. Just bear in mind that bottom one's quite awkward, but if you poke at the wee clip bit, it'll come off no problem. So by the looks of it, we need to remove the intake. So I've been having a quick look, so we need to disconnect the mat and we need to undo these three to an H5. Just very fiddly to get into. It'll just be a case of tilting this and lifting it out. Just be careful not to snap this. Okay, so I'm not sure my recording equipment, the battery went flat and I'm not sure what got recorded and what didn't, and we removed the manifold and the throttle body, and also disconnected the intercooler pipe, which is just a Jubilee clip holding that on to gain more access. I want to give as much description as I can with this, because I feel like I've done quite a lot of unnecessary stripping here, but at the end of the day you want as clear access as you can to it. This filter housing, I think it definitely needs to come off. I'm unsure what is in behind this here. I think it might be a torque, but I'm gonna try with I'll start with a 10mm and see if I can get that off. Okay, so I was right, it is a 10mm. So just see if this is suitable enough. Yep. I don't know, see, looking at it now, I don't think this manifold should have come off, but you just gotta do what you gotta do, eh? So our priority is getting it done for the customer so that she has her car. Got a wee 10mm down here as well. So on the count, that's 3 10mm so far. We seem to have a bit of movement now. And it moves. Right. I will need to remove these. Oh, this just gets worse. I will need to move them. Right, I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it, I'll just sit it resting up here. So I think I managed to find what the thing is that's locking in. I don't know if you'll see that. You can just see the tail end of a, I think it's like an Allen key nut. I think what I'll do, I'll use an H5 to begin with, since quite a lot of the stuff is H5 on this. That's 5mm. See if I can get this bracket off. What an absolute pain. Why? Why do they need to complicate things? Okay, what an absolute pig to get into, but I've managed to get it loose and I've got it coming off. Okay, so we've now got it off. Look at that. Absolutely gubbed. We're back now working on the Cmax. Great success with the S-Max. You'll see in one of the other videos. I had trouble with the electric caliper with it. It's now been repaired, back to the customer. Now we're on to the Cmax. Cmax had a smart charging alternator figure. So I've got the new one in hand. So we're just going to get it fitted up and get it back to the customer. I'm going to focus on getting that done now, so I'm just going to get the sleeve rolled up and get stuck in. For those of you that have just seen my channel and are quite interested, please consider subscribing. My videos vary from time to time what I put up. You couldn't pigeonhole what I'm going to put up next. But if you like what I do, if you like what I'm about, hit the subscribe button and it would be greatly appreciated. Let's get stuck in. So we've now got the new one and the old one side by side. We need to remove this dowel. Right, let's get it on. Let's get it on! Make sure you get your bottom screw in as well. So you've got one here, I don't know if you can see that. So you've got one here, one further down at the side. And then if you can remember, on the other side of that, you've got like a little bracket at the bottom, which is an Allen key. Obviously remember to tighten that up, because you don't want an imbalance of it. If you get an imbalance on it, it'll throw the belt off. Alternator up now. So tightened up. And we've also got this little plug here. Just make sure it's in properly. Okay, so we're just going to get the belt on now as well, and then we can start building everything back up. Absolute pain. So it's got a wee plug at the back, so remember when you're putting this back on to put the plug in as well. We're going to get the Jubilee clip on first. Hateful job this. Even just repositioning it round so that it's more accessible. Why they put these here wee bits on them and position them in a real odd position, I don't know why. One of life's unanswered questions. From what I remember whenever I was taking this apart, there should have been two 13s on this side and a 10mm on that side. There was only one 13mm on that side, so I have a feeling this has maybe been took off, maybe to access the starter motor at one stage. Taking that on board, but put it back together again. Also need to put this wire back on. Right, before you zap this in, make sure that there's no plugs or anything in behind it that you're needing for other things, because you would need to strip all this off again. Complete unnecessary hassle. Got it started now. I'm going to run a diagnostic scan. So there's quite a few faults come up. But I'm hoping it's just because the alternator was wrecked on it, bringing them up. It'll just be a case of resetting them. I'm just going to come up and show you. Right, so Pat's key is coming up, the key is not recognised. Rear door, driver side, child lock motor, steering wheel module, missing communication with rain sensor module, left stop lamp, sunroof, speed output, front window motion position sensor, rear motion position sensor, medium can communication, headlamp leveling right, left, battery voltage right, so national door motion, park steering module, battery voltage, invalid data received from the ABS. Now, I think all this is caused by the alternator malfunctioning. Alternator died, so there was nothing charging the vehicle, so all these fault codes are coming up because the vehicle components aren't getting enough voltage. So we'll give it a wee clear. Something to do with the module position sensor. I've no idea why these two would be coming up. Unless these problems occurred beforehand, I don't know. So that's only faults for the two front doors. I've sorted the alternator and it's not brought up any other codes on it. Just going to run another scan. I've come back out of it and I'm running another scan. So again, it's coming up with the front doors, but we've not touched anything to do with the front doors, so these things happen, eh? So I hope you enjoyed the video for the Cmax. It's my time to go. I'm going home. Nice beautiful sunny day. Just gotta grab it with both hands. It's short lived because I've got the gym tonight. So all good things must come to an end. So I've got to spend maybe a half an hour to an hour with my kids and then out to the gym. But aye, anyway, you guys take care. 1010 over and out. Auto Solutions Checkpoint.